Sometimes I look at my reflection, seeing only my scars, and then I ask myself a question. Why you shaming other people like your life is an exception? I had to look inside myself, that helped to get the lesson. I'm the farthest thing from perfect, I can guarantee. I don't have myself together, and that's really scaring me. Like what if I don't do enough to get me where I need, and then I can't provide for those who see a better man in me? Constantly going in circles, this is insanity. Have you ever been so low, you lose faith in your own humanity? Forever lost in my mind, comfortable in my fantasy. My mindset starts to alter as I'm embracing it like family. But it's not family. Sometimes I wonder if these thoughts inside of my head would look much better on paper or lost forever instead. But then I think about my journey ahead and how these words can impact someone's life long after I'm dead. So you, no matter how many tears you shed, when you go to bed, know that you have a purpose and positivity to spread. I promise, it's way more to life than where you are currently. But never become a slave to your ego or the amount of your currency. Stand up to your demons and defeat your uncertainty. And stand tall, a champion, and a winner, most certainly. These silly raindrops, I wonder if they notice the way they trickle down the lotus, or the way they shake my concentration when they fall, shifting my focus. I wonder if they know that they're the reason flowers grow, or that from them we can tell when certain seasons come and go. I wonder if they see everything they do to me. I'm normally low-key, but when it rains, I feel so free. Whether I've been grasped by grief or I've been happy for weeks, whether I went past my peak or I've been slower to speak, whether I cried myself to sleep or had good vibes this week, I always seem to smile when the raindrops fall down my cheek. And I love watching these raindrops fall with such a style. And they will never realize that they're the reason I have a smile. The sun rose as he arose out of bed, and his eyelids lifted, revealing the warmth of his eyes. He can't seem to shake the strangest feelings being conceived in his heart as he looks out into the clouds. Something was troubling him, and there was nothing that could be done. What was hovering over him was heavy on his mind for days, but the heart truly does pay when you accept the reality of your heartbreak. His queen, she was everything that he could ever dream. But it seemed like she no longer cared to be loved by him. So he pleaded and pleaded and pleaded, but she refused. She apologized if he ever felt like he was being used, and she used that to her advantage. To break away from this man, this king, she no longer had plans with. This was the start of what will become of a broken king and the shell of a person who was no longer the man he once was. The pain residing in his heart goes beyond comprehension as he becomes one with his grief. This is the heartbreak of a king. With the fear of eternal loneliness, the only thing he knows is sorrow. There's no one for him to hold, there's no hope for tomorrow. Running from those memories, inside he wants to cry. Draining all his energy, and now he wants to die. The woman that he once loved is gone with no return. Now he tries to shift his mind away, escaping from the burn. His love for her is so strong, at times he feels he can't contain. But she no longer loves him, of which no one's to blame. He sits inside his castle, buried inside his cover. He has never ever felt this pain, but how long should a man suffer? If you listen to his words, a deeper message that they bring. And now it's known to everyone, the heartbreak of a king. Sitting here, I want to relax, but I'm pressed by these thoughts that conceive the fear of all the people that I love and hold dear, dying. Just the thought of them leaving here and not saying goodbye, and to be honest, it confirms all my fears. To know that one day death will claim everybody that's here. To know that one day death is gonna stand right at my door. One day I'm gonna die and not be here anymore. Death is so unforgiving, and we gotta go on living knowing that's a given. I know a lot of souls are living cause they never listened, while living from different positions, seeing life as fiction. But everything went out the window when they failed their mission, because their life was finished. So don't waste your life away, especially knowing that you could die today. I know that it gets hard and sometimes you want to fly away, but life's no game, and even if it was, it isn't mine to play. So the only thing I could say, and I mean this in the kindest way, it's not enough to realize that you woke up alive today. If you want to be more than alive, then you will have to find a way, and you will have to find a way. Please look inside of you, and have an open mind to see the world inside a wider view. Some won't think the same and have opinions they're entitled to, and others will belittle you to say that they enlightened you. But at the end of it all, right before you go to heaven, know that you were realer with yourself than someone else, I reckon. I want to get back to the me I was before I got off focus. I want to be the me that wasn't so romantically hopeless. To be about myself again, I guess that's overdue. The only reason I looked forward to another day was you. But all good things end, though I don't know why. Until you see it in his eyes, how long should a man cry? I'm not gonna lie, I wanna be in love until the very day that I die. Everything ain't always worth it in the end, but I try. But back to basics, I guess. There's no hate inside my heart, but it's a hole inside my chest. When I look into the mirror, I don't wanna see a loser. Had a girl that was an angel, for my faults I had to lose her. Forever ain't guaranteed, and almost is never enough, so I question if my love would have ever become enough, though. And it was never enough. want to have the strength to stand alone. I really wish that others would miss me when I'm gone. Even though I know it's wrong, I can feel myself moving on. I'm a product of my past and I've been running all along. Been running from the truth and I've been hiding from my pain. The truth is, I'm not happy and I'll probably go insane. Lately I've needed a hug, but more is what I've desired. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't so very tired. I'm really angry at myself, pretending like I'm fine, but I'm in need of some help. I'm sick. I really need someone to heal me because my demons never forgave me. I'm broken down and crying, hoping someone comes to save me. I want to make the world a better place in my head, but the world will only be a better place when I'm dead. Or at least that's how I feel. Nobody has to show you how to love them when it's real. Blood, sweat, and tears dripping through my pen. It gives me chills. I just want to be enough so I can give myself a break. I'm tired of staying up and losing sleep from all my mistakes. Over time, I'm losing all the qualities that made me great. And I'm slowly turning into the man that I grew up to hate. One of the main reasons I believe that America was never great. When I see these autumn leaves drift by my lonely window, I break away and sigh. And when I see these autumn leaves break from these lonely trees across the painted sky, I ask myself, why? Why must we all die? Just like the autumn leaf, break free into the sky. Why? Why must we all die? Glide high beyond belief. Please smile before you cry. I see these many branches who've had their many chances to break away and fall, but they remain patient, staying in dedication, enduring through it all. And as I look back on these autumn leaves and these lovely trees, my tears begin to fall. Because I take pride in living life, but when we die, it'll be the end of it all. When I woke up this morning and watched the sunrise, to no surprise it was you that I was thinking of. You were always my truth when exposed to every single lie. And you knew you made me smile when you looked at me. I love the way that we held hands as other people looked on in envy. I love the way you let down your hair after a long day of work. And I loved your beautiful smile. Girl, you had my heart. You were on my mind so much that I was constantly waiting for morning. What I thought was destiny, you couldn't call it luck. I thought that if this was a dream, then nobody should wake me up. You see, we were meant to be together, and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. There was a time where you were the only thing that was on my mind. I don't even think you were aware of the power that you had over me. I lived for those moments where we would just hold each other and whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears. Your soul and mine, eternally intertwined. always and forever. Then all of a sudden I opened up my eyes and I almost start to cry as I come to my senses, trying to comprehend all of this misery that I'm in, only to realize that I was just dreaming of you again.
Outspoken, it was a quiet, it was all in here. So the minute where that changes, you know what I mean? And now I'm dealing with a mind state that I never had to deal with before, which is like fighting all these negative thoughts. That's the dark place I'm talking about, like self-confidence kind of shattered, you know what I mean? And like trying to fight against that, writing my way out of it, you know what I mean?
I really need some sleep. I feel like I need a break from life. My exhaustion is cutting me deep, just like a knife. I want to step away from it all before I lose my mind, but my conscience is constantly telling me in due time I'm guaranteed to shine. I've been awake for way too long. I just need to close my eyes and pray that this feeling that I despise won't ever lead to my demise. To my surprise, I just don't want to give up. But to win against my depression, I have to want it enough. I love the way that your eyes kiss the skies when you wake up in the morning. I love the way that you smile and try to deny it when I remind you of how beautiful you are. Needless to say, I love the way you slay every single day. You make loving you so easy. The moon and the stars reflect jealousy because of how bright you shine, my love. There is no hill, no mountain unclimbable that could keep my heart away from yours. Your soul and mine, eternally intertwined, always and forever. I love the way your face turns pink with joy like a kid on Christmas morning every time we meet. And I admire how you're territorial over what belongs to you. I crave your mind, heart, and soul like a man possessed. Each and every day I'm looking for another way to make you mine all over again. I long to fall in love with who you are under your mask. The good, the bad, through the storms and sunshine. Your soul and mine, eternally intertwined, always and forever. Baby, you make me feel brand new. Is it cliche to say that whenever you're around, the world stops? I hope not. Not only that, but as my heart skips a few beats, I struggle to figure out just how you got me so hooked. I'm like an addict, chasing the next high, like, hi, I don't mean to bother you, but would you mind if I gave you all my love and affection? Do you get my expression? Correction. I know you wouldn't mind, but if you did, well, make an exception. Perfection is the only thing that describes what you are to me. I want you to be a part of me. Pardon me, and I mean this wholeheartedly. It was till death do us part way before you ever wanted me. I promise. Your beauty divine. I'm in love with your design. Your soul and mine, eternally intertwined, always and forever, and ever.
I'm done.
What?
I'm done. I don't deserve this. I really do not deserve this. I deserve somebody who gives a shit. I'm not spending one more second of this life with some inconsiderate prick. You're a prick.
I hope you learn to use that smile that I never got to see. Who knew the reason you wouldn't smile for a while was me? Put yourself inside my shoes, then walk 1,000 miles to see that just because I let you go, it doesn't mean you should be proud of me. But you're proud of me. Because even though I struggled to get it out of me, you respected the fact that I chose to break it off and not be cowardly. You always got the kind of vibe from me that most girls would like to see, because you were my bride-to-be. But I guess this is all right with me. You go your way, and I go mine. I guess that's where I'd like to be. And I don't say that to be petty. Because if your knight in shining armor was around the corner, I'd want you to be ready. I admire how you could love someone, especially if the load was heavy. Even if it wasn't me, because we went down that road already. I hope you learn to put yourself first. You always did have enough love for the both of us when times got worse. Tell me, how do we go from the happiest we've ever been, and me loving you undoubtedly, to letting you know I have to go, and you telling me that you're proud of me? Think of all the times that I was on the verge of being down and out, and your love was the only thing that kept me from falling. That's why I always picked up when you'd come calling. I'm calling just to let you know that I'm sorry. Lost in my thoughts while I uncomfortably reside in the fact that maybe I messed up a good thing. And as I licked my wounds, took my L, and succumbed to the misery that surrounded me, the last thing that I ever thought you'd say was that you're proud of me.
Don't you take the easy way out.
What easy way? There is no easy way. No matter what I do, somebody gets hurt.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What
It's...
do you want? What do you want?
I have to go.
I think I'm going through another depressive episode. 2 days ago, literally overnight, I went from being completely fine to feeling really, really low out of nowhere. And I'm not sad. I know it's not just being sad, because nothing, and the battery's gonna go, okay, because nothing in my life has happened for me to be sad. Like, this wasn't caused by a single thing.
I swear that I'm too kind. I'm always checking up on everybody else, but then I'm the one who's left behind. But life is filled with highs and lows, and that's just how it goes. How you say you deal with pain isn't different from how it shows. I watch the seeds I sow, then everybody will know that I'm the rose that grew from the concrete in the face of foes. But I won't get complacent though. The amount of people that say it to those that do it, that's a one-sided ratio. Yes, I study my irritations. Then learning how to kill them is my version of meditation. But please don't you ever think about trying to test my patience, because my greatness refuses to be bound by my limitations. Crooked smile. She longed to be loved ever since a child. Never thought she could actually have true love, because the word love means something different now. And in her mind she knows that. Her conscience being backed into a corner as it wrestles with the confusion, trying to figure out exactly what happened to her. Continuous heartbreak and disappointment froze her heart 1,000 times over, slowly becoming more detached from any and everybody that would come in contact with her. Dealing with guys that would only want one thing: his mind on sex, her mind on a ring. She thought he was a man, she thought he was a king, but they all had other plans. Guy after guy further breaking her spirit, feeling as if the world came crashing down on her each and every time, reliving the soul-crushing reality that maybe nobody would ever love her. Constantly being sucked into the games that they would play, when all she wanted was to ease her pain. So before you ask her why she's so cold, or before you attempt to call her out of her name, ask yourself, what's her story? And on a scale from bad to worse, how bad is her pain? As I gaze upon the surface of the cutthroat reality of my past, I've noticed that my trials and my tribulations are all getting the upper hand in this battle. And as I stare into this mirror that bears reflections of my life lived long ago, I realize now that I had no idea what I'd have to go through, and exactly how much I'd have to grow too. I didn't realize that I would have to use my real eyes to see through these real lies that took aim at the pain in my heart and it still cries. But can I still rise? And still I lay here in this deep, dark pit, and all the memories of my past days stays lit in the back of my mind where I fell at the hands of my enemies. But I assure you, this is not where I would claim my rest. I would give my absolute very best until the day that I die. Why? Because I am not finished yet. And as of this very moment, you need to realize that what doesn't kill you will strengthen your ability to rise up and reignite the revival of you. The laughter of your enemies at times can project louder than your will to succeed. The pain in your heart to know that this is where you've fallen. And as the sweet taste of victory deliberately detaches itself from you, the bitterness of defeat better describes your feelings towards this mountain. Beaten and bruised from your head to your feet, but you will not die until you bring honor to your name. The war isn't over. No, the fight isn't done. Don't get too comfortable. The battle has just begun. That is what comes to mind as I lay here, versus every thought in my mind telling me to stay here. But stay here? No. No, these powerful thoughts baptize me in their presence as I fight to get out of this rut. But you know what? What's life without a little fight? A little scratching and clawing, a little bloodshed. You may even feel like you deserve it. But when you get to the very end, it'll all be worth it. So to all your enemies, and to all the skeletons of your past trying to reemerge, Your setback may have amused them, but your comeback is gonna confuse them. Ebony, did you lie to him since you were 17? How's he holding up, Ebony? Did you cling to him like you would on to me? Bet he needs you more than I ever need. Did you hide your neck to save him from his sleep? I know how that feels, Ebony. Every chance you take, you make me want to flee. Can't you see? As I succumb to my slumber, I can't help but wonder what kind of spells these velvet dreams place me under. As I slowly begin to drift away from our reality, inching closer to unconsciousness, I'm placed under a trance. As my mind begins to dance along with this thing, I struggle to make sense of it all. Every night ever since I could remember, it always gets the upper hand, constantly laughing and mocking my lack of understanding. Again, I fall asleep. I know sometimes I let my feelings get the best of me, and I hope that wouldn't cause you to ever think any less of me. I'm sorry. I didn't have a lot of love growing up, so my love is times 10. You're my treasure, and I told you that I would cherish you for life. I know I gotta do better with loving you, girl, but I can't do that if you don't help me. Besides, every time you walk out that door, you always come back. So we might as well just patch things up. Again. Very forward of me to say, but it's true. And you know it. Yeah, I made you cry. I've made you question our relationship. Hell, I've even made you question yourself. But I mean, you've made me cry too. The amount of tears that I shed because of you is just... Never mind. I don't know what you want me to say. You've seen all the progress I can make when I actually try, so what's the issue? I knew the moment that I met you, I wanted to make you my wife. And I still do. But you gotta work on you before you can love on me. I just want the woman I fell in love with back. I need you to transform into her again. It'll make things so much easier. And when I say easier, I mean easier for the relationship, easier for you, and easier for me. I don't know why you have to always make things so hard for us. If you weren't always in my ear about God knows what, maybe I could love you effectively. You know what, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I know I say that a lot, but sometimes I let my emotions take control. You know this. I told you this in the beginning, so you can't be mad. How did we get here? I remember when all we would do was laugh. The late night talks, the hugs, the kisses. the romance withered down to petty arguments, fights, and toxic environments. I just want us to be okay. Now come inside. Baby, come on. Come in the house.
No. What do you mean, come inside? Come into what house? You know, it's so hard to believe you're the one I've been so soft with all this time. So much of myself lost in the tracks. We found all these lies. Look, I feel more cursed with every fight I'm allowed to get away with. All these lines, you bless me. Do you just get off of all these scars? Your tongue whips out onto my image. My mind cannot even recall all your do better promises. It doesn't matter, they're all just broken lines now. I guess I'm so full of things to say. If only I was half empty, maybe I could now meet you halfway. But I'm not, so I can't. See, I'm tired of how you take pain and make it into a getaway. You told me this in the beginning, so I can't be mad. Like, what? You look into my eyes and see all this fire. Does it really surprise you that I burn? I hate to say this. I hate to admit it. But we're done. And this time I mean it. No way I'd regret it, because I tried. I listened, I gave, I cried. But we were long done. What hurts now is the ghost limb from what we had. That was long cut off from those long nights of arguments and short sorry days. No change. Though I believed leaving is for the better. Though I too fought to keep this, fought so hard. I lost, and I'm glad the better won. Yes.
4 months later, I still think about you every day. Oh, what I wouldn't do to make you mine again in every single way. But you moved on. It's all my fault, really. And with each and every day that passes, the more my heart wants to rip out of my chest and find its way to you again. I'm hurting. And I have only myself to blame, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't still get butterflies when I thought about you. Sometimes I just wish that you would call me. I wonder if you still think about me. Because of all the bad times, we really had a lot of good ones too. Sometimes I think that maybe if I would have done this or done that, then maybe things would have turned out differently. And maybe so. But either way, I'm grateful that you were a part of my growing process and a huge part of my life. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the best. and I love you. Hello?
Nightwave.
She gives me fever. The way she walks, the way she talks, the way she carries herself. Her eyes, her hair, her skin, her passion, her pleasure, her swag. She gives me fever. My eyes fell in love with your appearance the moment I first saw you. But deep down I know that that's bullshit because looks will fade. So I wanna give my heart the same fair shake. I don't wanna just be jaded by your structure. I long to be infatuated with your soul. I wanna fall in love with you. She gives me fever. Her words, strung and sewn together like the world's finest cloth. I'm hooked. I know this might sound crazy, but she gives me fever. How she can be shy, but at the same time confidently unbothered is beyond me. Her words are like poetry, perfectly written across the windows of my soul. Her beauty is unmatched. Her vibe is contagious. I think I'm addicted. But here I am stuck between my infatuation with her and the fear of expressing how I feel. Should I say something? Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. She gives me fever. And I want to know her. In the winter, spring, summer, and fall. When she's happy, sad, and angry. I want to get to know who she is behind the glasses. She gives me fever.